Hi, I'm Dan and welcome to the Airbrush Garage. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, thanks for coming back. I'm really super excited today. I'm going to be opening and unboxing for you my HP C Plus. I have the CH with the Mac valve. This one doesn't have the Mac valve, but I'm really super excited. It reminds me a lot of the Eclipse, except for it is a little bit of a step up, or the next step up from it. I love my Eclipse, but I'm really excited about unboxing this with you today and giving it a try. So with that, if you like this type of content, please consider subscribing. Give me a thumbs up, leave some comments, good or bad. It all helps with the YouTube algorithm and help build this channel. Don't forget to check out my Amazon affiliate links down below for the products I use in this video. And with that, let's get started. All right, let's see what we got. As always with Iwata, nice packaging. Comes with a cardboard box, so nothing too fancy, but I do like the packaging. Got a nice Iwata sticker. Comes with a quick start guide. If you've never airbrushed before, gives you some instructions. Shows you about the preset, the cutaway and the preset trigger control on the back, which we'll be going over. So it gives you little instructions. Gives you, of course, the test pattern if you ever bought an Iwata before. Gives you the test pattern from the factory, showing you that the airbrush is functioning properly. And there you have it. Look how beautiful. So to give you some lube with it, usually what I've gotten in the past with all my Iwata products is it's called Super Lube, and that's also by Iwata. So I'm not quite sure if they changed this, but it's silicone free. I do like to slick up my needles a little bit with it. I think, if you're gonna let your airbrush sit for any length of time, I like to lube up some of the parts with this. It also comes with the wrench. I have a few of these now laying around. That's your nozzle wrench and the airbrush itself. And as I said, it's an Iwata HPC Plus. And the difference between its counterpart, the HPCH, the HPCH has the Mac valve. This one does not. So I wanted another brush to add to my collection, and being I already had the one with the Mac valve, so I had a decision to make. My Eclipse is 20 years old, and I was looking for something to replace it with, and or maybe rebuild it. Well, I decided to rebuild my Eclipse, which I'm going to have a video on. Keep a lookout for that. So I rebuilt the Eclipse and I wanted another airbrush. So being I had the HPCH with the Mac valve, I decided to get the HPC Plus. So I'm pretty used to the trigger action. I really like this brush. So let's break it down and take a look at it. It's got the cutaway. It's got the trigger control here in the back. That allows, for stopping the trigger. Right, when you open it up all the way, bring it all the way back. Okay, I don't use that too much. I prefer to use my finger control, but I know there's people out there that love that feature, so it's there for those who like it. Of course, it comes with the color cup cap, fits nice and snug. It's got the same nozzle as the HPCH. Now again, the difference between the nozzle between if you see my video on the Eclipse has a pressure or a compression fitted nozzle. It's the only one of the Iwata series brushes that have that, where the rest of these have the small nozzle. All right. So a little turn there. Take the nozzle off, set that aside. Let's take the back off. Breaks down nice and quickly. Needle through the front. That does feel a little stiff, but I'm sure it's just because it's new. All right. I'm not going to take the trigger and everything out past that. This is basically, we're just going to break it down for as much as I would if I was going to clean the brush. The trigger is a little different than the Eclipse, at least the 20-year-old one that I have. It has a little bit different of a styling of the trigger where it's a little beveled here. Kind of lets your finger sit in there a little bit easier. A little bit more comfort. The CH also has that. All right, so let's put it back together and do a little spraying with it. All right, so now I got the airbrush back together. Before we start spraying, I'm gonna show you how I prep an airbrush to get ready to spray. I like to take a little bit of pipe tape or plumber's tape as they call it. It comes in a liquid form or a semi-liquid form. I like the tape form. You just take it, I take a little bit of tape and you wrap it in the direction of counterclockwise, or the direction that you're going to put whatever you're screwing on, your, in this case, your hose, and in the tightening direction. I take a little tape. Now, some people might think or say that you don't need to do this step to seal up your stuff, but it's just something that I just did since I started airbrushing. You got to realize I'm a little older than a lot of you guys out there probably, and when I started airbrushing, I started with my first Pache airbrush, and there was a lot of air leaks. As a matter of fact, you used to even have to take the nozzles up here and put beeswax around them. So anybody ever remember those days? Throw a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. But I like to seal this up with tape. Next thing I put on every one of my airbrushes is a water trap. Now, since I went to a compressor with a tank, I've never had a water problem. I don't even really get water in any of my traps. I have a trap at the compressor, and I always turn one on to my airbrush. I've gotten used to using it almost as a handle, okay? I stabilize my airbrush a lot of different ways. I do have a video on controlling your airbrush, and that's one of the ways I control or stabilize my airbrush. I like to almost use it as a handle. So, but anyway, it's there for security. Then I take my hose. I also put some plumber's tape around this connection, even though it's a plastic connection going to a metal. Again, a lot of people say you don't need it. It's just something that makes me feel better at the end of the day. So what I'll do now is I'll take a little soapy water and a little paintbrush, and I'm gonna turn my compressor on, hit my connections, make sure everything's sealed up. I'll do that off camera, and I'll come back and we'll see how this thing sprays. All right, so now I got my gun loaded up with some Createx Wicked Colors Deep Blue. So it'll be nice and clear nice and vivid and clear on the canvas. One thing I really did forget to tell you about, which is probably one of the most important part of the airbrushes, is that this particular airbrush, just like its counterpart HPCH, sports a 0.3 needle nozzle combination, whereas the Eclipse has a 0.35. So not much of a difference, but it is just a hair smaller or finer in needle size. So let's see how it sprays. Trigger feels good. Very responsive. Spray a fade there. Do some dagger strokes. Now I only have to paint thin down 10%. If I thin it down a little bit more, so let me try that. I'll go off camera here real quick, come back. Now we're back with through a couple more drops of the 4011 Createx reducer in. Let's do some dots. Do some fine dots. You get some real fine dots, and I'm at 30 psi. I usually like to try to spray around 20 to 30 psi, but because I didn't thin this down really, a lot, just to 10%. When I'm doing that, I'm usually at about 30 psi. And if I want to thin out the paint a little bit more, I can reduce the pressure just a little bit. Let's see if we get some nice fine lines. You can see you get some nice real fine lines with it. Looks good. All right. Let's do some more dagger strokes with it. Well, there you have it. I don't think we really need to spray much more. I mean, the brush performs flawlessly. Beautiful, beautiful brush. Really happy with my investment, and I'll call it an investment because I'm going to paint a lot of artwork with this airbrush. Well, there you have it. The HP C+ by Iwata. Thumbs up. Highly recommend it. Loved it. I love the action of the airbrush. I love the trigger on the airbrush. Everything's nice and smooth. Like all Iwata airbrushes, it's very well constructed. It's going to be a great addition to the other airbrushes that I have over here. I needed one more to fill up my 4-way splitter, which I'll pop a card above. I have a video on that 4-way splitter. Go check it out. And all I can say, guys, is I highly recommend it. I don't think that you'll be upset or disappointed with your purchase. I think it was about $180. Well worth it. I even recommend this for beginners. The Eclipse is a great airbrush, and I still use my Eclipse, but I've been, ever since I got the HPC with the Mac valve, and I moved into the Highline series of the Iwata airbrushes, just absolutely love them. I think it's a great middle of the road, price to value for your, what you're getting for your money. The airbrushes spray great, and I can't say enough about them. So all I can say is I recommend it highly. I'll pop a link down for this airbrush in my Amazon links down below, and all the other products I use in this video. And if you like this type of content, please give me some thumbs up, some comments down below. Let me know if you guys have this airbrush or what you think of Iwata or any other airbrush. All of this helps out with the YouTube algorithm and helps this channel grow. So I really appreciate that stuff. Like I said, comments, good or bad. And also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed already. And with that, we'll see you in the next video.